Hey guys, I'm Paul and today we're taking a look at the Canon 760d for video. Alright, like I said, today it's time for a product review, the first one on my channel, and it's the Canon 760d. But first, I have an announcement. For next week's Friday video, I'm making a review of my new little toy, which is this one. It's a drone! Hooray! It's the eHang Ghost Drone 2.0, which comes with a 4K camera that does 24 frames per second at 4K and 32.5K, and so on. But that's for next Friday, so make sure you subscribe to my channel and stick around to find out what I think about that one. But now, on to the 760d. So, this is the camera that I mainly use when I do my vlogs when I'm out and about. Well, in here as well actually. But today I'm using my Blackmagic production camera to film myself so I can actually show you this one. This is the 760d or the T6s if you're in the US. And why do I like this one? Well, first of all, for vlogging it's got a pretty good built-in microphone, which is very handy if you don't want to carry a camera-mounted microphone on top. The microphone is also in the front, which means you're talking into it when you're doing vlog-style videos. That also helps because the sound quality is actually surprising for a built-in microphone. Another thing that I really like about this camera is the screen, which is a flip-out screen, so you can see yourself and frame your shot as you are doing your vlogs. It's also a touchscreen, and the autofocus during video with this camera is pretty good, surprisingly good actually, especially if you pair it with STM lenses, which I have two of, the 18-55 kit lens, which is also image stabilized, and the 55-250, which is an STM lens with image stabilizer, and it's pretty good. Image quality on both of them are definitely good enough for video, at least for vlog type stuff and run and gun shooting. But of course you can pair it with any lens that's Canon EF mount, so yeah. Like this one, for example, is the 50mm 1.4 USM. It's an old lens, but for video it's absolutely perfect. So, onto some specs about this camera. It's finally got a new sensor compared to its older siblings. The new one is 24 megapixel and it's sharp and the colors are pretty damn good. It's still a crop sensor in the APS-C format, so roughly about super 35mm if you think about film or video, which is what I'm all about, of course, so I don't really care. I only use this camera for video and vlogging and stuff because I have my 5D Mark II for taking still pictures like headshots and portraits and all that other jazz. So this has become my main video camera for now. Low light performance is surprisingly good. I'd say up to ISO 3200 is kind of usable if you do a bit of noise cleaning, but I wouldn't go higher than that if you're actually aiming to use it for nice footage. Vlogging, yeah sure, 6400 works. Even 12,800, but I'd rather not, to be honest. So, some other features about this camera that are really helpful for vlogging and filmmaking. It's got a microphone input, which is good because you can connect a camera-mounted microphone to it, like my Rode video mic, for example, which I'm recording myself with now. It also uses SD cards, which are cheap and available pretty much anywhere, and they're tough. So storage media for this camera is not a problem either. For example, the card I've got in mine at the moment is a 32 gig one, and I think record up to 7 hours of video on it. So yeah, I'll run out of batteries way before that. One downside of this camera, if you want to call it a downside, is that it does not shoot 4K video. It only does 1080p, which is good enough for my use for vlogging and run and gun, short movie making, stuff like that. But if you want to shoot 4K, you're better off looking at something like the GH4 or a Sony A7S, for example. So would I recommend this camera to a vlogger or an upcoming filmmaker? Definitely, it's got plenty of image quality for you, especially if your audience is mainly based on YouTube, which compresses the shit out of your video anyway, so yeah, definitely. Does it have its flaws for video making? Yeah, of course. It's a DSLR, a camera meant for still shooting, mainly, and I mean, most video features on this are basically an afterthought, or features made to sell more of the camera. But when it comes to video, it's got a fully manual mode. You can set your aperture, your focus manually, ISO, white balance, all of that jazz, so you're pretty much covered in that area. If you want to check it out for yourself, I've got links down in the description to both the camera, the lenses I use, the microphone, and also the camera I'm recording myself with now, which is the Blackmagic production camera. So I guess that's it for this video and my opinions about this camera. It's brilliant. If you want to start vlogging, I can definitely recommend this. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on Monday, the day after Super Bowl, or actually the day where the Super Bowl goes live in Sweden. So I'll be watching it on Monday morning at 1:30 until like 6 AM or something. But definitely worth it, because go Patriots! I'm Paul. I'll see you next time. Bye.